digs in.
Items on Drake Commissary's menu are crawling bacteria. But don't let that alarm you. It's good bacteria created through the process of fermenting.
Fermentation has been the basis for almost everything we do here, starting from like the bakery program to the charcuterie, the pickles. We find it's like a great way to learn about the vegetables, the fruits we're working with.
Fermentation is a process that preserves food by using bacteria that change the flavor and composition of the product.
Pickled white onion cream cheese.
For this chef, it also adds an element of putting extra care into food that he says is lost when meals are mass-produced.
It's almost like experiments, and you don't really know 100% the way something's going to work out. You create the environment for it to flourish in, and you kind of guide it that way.
And while fermented foods have been making an appearance in more trendy dishes, in Korean supermarkets like this one, kimchi has been a staple for decades.
Kimchi is actually something that Koreans eat all the time, especially with rice.
Jay Lee says he's been eating kimchi all his life and is happy to see an increased interest in the vegetable-based dish.
We've been here since 1984. Basically, there are mainly a lot of only Korean customers, but we've seen a lot of influx of non-Koreans, and they buy a lot of kimchi now. It's definitely increased, and it's continuing to increase.
Experts have been studying the health benefits of fermented foods, including how they're good for your gut.
It's a bacteria eating our food before we eat it and then slightly changing it. And then when we eat fermented foods, we're getting a slightly different food that we're eating, and we're also getting those bacteria, which can be good for us. Fermented foods are potentially one way that we can improve the health of that community of bacteria that lives inside of us, and then in turn improve our own health.
We have like the sourdough bread here, which is fermented 24 hours.
A gut reaction that tastes good too. Talia Ricci, CBC News, Toronto.
The team analyzing that snowman-shaped body snapped by the New Horizons spacecraft had some words of caution today about how to